Scott Hollister with Landscape Management Magazine. We're at Expo 2025, and one of the true pleasures of coming to events like this is getting to sit down with some of the really smart, forward-thinking people in the business. And Don Gow with Kress is certainly one of those. Don, you and I had a chance to meet in person at the Next Summit in Colorado Springs earlier this year. Got a sneak peek at some of the things that are getting closer to reality, and one of those is the Voyager autonomous unit. So I wanted to start there. Tell us a little bit about that product, where it is, and how close are you to having those machines in the field with contractors?
Okay, so thanks for the opportunity that we talk about the product, the industry, today. This product, as you said, mentioned that we had in the previews early in springs, right? So since then, we did a lot of testing around the world, collecting more data. Nowadays, we are in the final close-up. Final close-up, I mean, in the final beta test area. So around the world, including United States, Europe, the many countries, so different applications. Residential, HOAs, the commercials, municipalities. We are doing all, all those kind of testing. So we are close up to this, and it's ready. It's ready to officially to be ready to take the orders.
Right.
So that is, and the shipment is going to be early next season. Look around the next March. That is where we are.
Okay. Well, that's exciting, and I know you have some brand ambassadors, if you will, people like Justin White in the business. What are the initial? What are you hearing from these customers? How excited are they to have? What's in essence a stay-in or a cut and go product? Are you getting a palpable sense of anticipation for that machine?
Okay, this machine, frankly speaking, and together with the whole Kress, the cyber system, basically actually the leading the industry's two big trends, which one is we call the robotization, which is the Voyagers and all the others robots that we have. The other is the electrification. When I'm saying the really leading this mega trend, it's really, I think, the technology, the product, whatever, it's really, we are now getting to the tipping point that the industry is really being changes, and this is a disruptive product, and I can tell you why this is really, changes the industry, because as a robotic zero turn, for example, right? Many the landscaping business, as you know, the mowing is predominantly one of the most important job, right? So now when this has been robotized, in Voyager being, you change, replace with the normal gas, the zero turn, your mowing cost, over 80% of your mowing cost is gone.
Wow.
And this is very easily, you think that why I'm saying this, because really, it's when you have a mower, you spend an average of $15,000 buying a mower, then every year's running cost is first is your manpower cost, which is average from US, from $50,000 to $75,000 right? This. So minimum is around 50,000, and then you need to about nearly $7,000 for oil and gas cost, and $2,000 to $3,000 for maintenance cost within the average within the lifetime of the product, the 5 years product, right? So really, so you look at that, the minimum you're going to be having $60,000 to run a mower annually.
Yeah.
With our product, retail that to $60,000. So you take away this 15,000 as a normal,
Right.
as a normal right now. So your leftover is 45,000. with $45,000, you amortize in 5 years, that's $9,000 a year. With a little bit of the financing cost or whatever, its maximum is going to be $10,000. So now your mowing running cost will be $10,000 a year versus minimum $60,000 a year. That's why I'm saying over 80% of the cost is gone. Now, when over 80% of your mowing cost is gone, that's going to be changing the industry completely. You know why? Because, you know, now some people will say, okay, I don't need 80% of cost in my pocket.
Right.
I'm going to be happy to take 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the other 40 they're going to be put into the market to give the low down the service price to their customer. So who can compete with you when you low down by 40% of your service cost?
Right.
And or you have the total service cost. Let's say mowing 50%, or the other trimmings, edgings, cleanings, another 50%. So you low down your 40% mowing cost, like your low down 20% of total your maintenance service cost. So by low down 20%, you basically clean up the market. You
Right.
you gain the whole market. That's nobody can compete with you if they can't replace the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? You look at the whole show. That's the only true autonomous robot. Because the other robotic you have seen through the years, they have, it's really robot doing that, but the problem is that you need to, people not standing on the mower, but stand there, stand
Yeah.
still to watch it and have a remote stop here. If something happens, you stop it,
Yeah.
right? So that's not saving the manpower. Right, so
Right.
that's why I'm saying we are leading the industry change. But so this I think the easiest way to understand. But I guess in the past, for the electrification with all our cyber system, we also lead the change from gas to electric.
Electric,
Right,
right.
so that is what I mean. Why we are really leading the change.
I wanted to, and what you said makes great business sense. I mean, you can really make a strong case. I wanted to maybe step away a little bit from that machine. And what else has you excited about what you're showcasing here at Equip Expo? I know you have some more cut and stay units that have had some advancements. You've got some handheld equipment as well. But what else are you most
Okay, so
excited about here?
let me continue, right? So that is the Voyager, right? The cut and go
Right.
Voyagers. This is why it's changing. And look at our cyber system, which is a handheld cordless, right? The battery tools. Everybody's saying, okay, I want battery tools because there is a market need. Everybody wants the battery tool service because it's much less noisy, right? More quieter service. And the municipalities, they want to low emissions.
Sure.
And the workers, don't want to really expose to such a really, unhealthy conditions, right?
Right.
The noises, you destroy your hearing nerve, your feeling nerve, and also you're inhaling, 8 hours a day, those kind of hazardous the emissions, right? So despite of all these needs, there is a need, but the battery tools adaptation is really low.
Right.
Really low. It's less than 5%, right? So why? Normally you have a need and you have a supply.
Uh-huh.
And here there is a bigger need, bigger requirement, and no supply. Why? Two things, right? A few things. Fundamentally, three problems here. Three things. One, battery tools normally is not powerful. So when it's not powerful, it means your low productivity. So normally, okay, I work 8 hours and I go home. Then okay, 8 hours because I don't have power. I cannot finish the job. I need to work extra an hour and then go back home, or I go back home on time, but with the work is not finished, right? So that is the power. Why this power means a lot, because efficiency is everything. Excuse me. So the second thing is the battery tools is good on the residential because each time they work, okay, half an hour, 1 hour, that's finished.
Right.
But for the professional landscapers, that's need 8 hours work, 6 to 8 hours work, sometimes even more than 8 hours,
You're right.
10 hours work for 4 days, right? So then, when you finish your job, where do you take as charge? There is nowhere to charge your battery. Or you have to bring 20, 30 battery with you to finish the 1 day's job,
Sure.
which is basically unmanageable.
Yeah.
Now, most importantly is that the battery cycle is too short, 300, 500 cycles, which made it so expensive. If you charge 1 day for 3 times, 100 days later you need to throw it away. It's the most expensive piece in the tool. So if we were saying the gas cost is here, your gas product cost, the service cost is here, your battery cost is going to be here, right, higher. That is, but nobody wants to, okay, greens, everything's good, but nobody wants to pay higher costs, right? So the business, if you are, you cannot work for the 8 hour days and the efficiency is not there, cost is high, nobody. That's the reason why there is no adaptation, very few adaptation of the battery the tools. But now, the change that we are doing is that with the Kress cyber system, the cyber pack, the unique battery technology that we are having, we solved all these three problems. One, our tools are more powerful than gas, except one tool, the blower, which is only equal to gas. So, for example, the mower here is unbuggable. If you really cut in tall grass in the fast, you can choke any kind of, gas engine mower, and the Kress mower is unchokeable. Then for the 8 hours work, it's so easy to understand because, okay, I have this iPhone here. When I finished, I have a power bank to charge it. And the Kress system is exactly the same idea. It's okay, we have a power bank, just a bigger power bank, right? We call it cyber tank.
Okay.
And this power bank you can charge during the night. So in the morning, you're going to be ready for a tank of electricity versus of a tank of gas.
Yeah.
Just bigger and heavier. That's it. But heavy, bigger, it's okay because you can put in your truck, right? So so that is how, now you have this one tank of electricity. So the battery pack numbers, you just need one. If you are two-man crew in the extreme situation, you just need 3 battery. If you are 3-man crew, you need 4 battery because one extra battery will be stay on the cyber tank, which is power bank, to be charged. When your battery is finished, you just swap over, and the empty battery will be fully charged from 0 to 100% within 8 minutes.
Wow.
8 minutes. And just giving you some perspective, if you are charging any batteries in the market, with 8-minute charge, that's a big power charge, the battery will get burned out within seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Within seconds. But now, battery technology is so different that such a big charge and discharge, it's not only that it's not a burnout, but it's the cycles. We are over, these 5,000 cycles because it's very few people have so many questions. 5,000 in such an 8-minute charge. So we sliced back to say, okay, it's 3,000. It's 3,000 cycles, and we guarantee 3,000 cycles. In reality, it can go to 5,000 cycles. So now with this kind of a cycle, it's 10 times longer than the normal batteries, right? So made it in the life cycles, it's cheaper. So if cheaper than the gas. So if gas cost is like this, your the most of the batteries, it's like a higher cost, and Kress is here, is a lower
Even
cost.
lower.
So now the more powerful, no problem for a whole day's trip and a whole day's work, and it's cheaper. So all the problem you want to move from that your gas to the batteries, no problem at all. That's why it's again, Kress system is leading the electrification trend.
Well, you're exactly right. Solving a lot of problems for a lot of people, a ton of exciting stuff. We'll get much more. You can find much more by going to Kress's website, which you'll see on the screen below here. But Don, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us today. Really awesome stuff here. It's moving fast. Things are taking off. So I really appreciate your time.
Great, thank you. But can we say one thing which is very important to understand, because this is from a lot of users, right? To the, talking to people, the one thing you don't find on the website, and I just take
Yep.
the chance to say it, because if you look at our Kress system, it's the world's most expensive system, but it's the cheapest in the world, right? So
Interesting.
why is it your customer is asking, explain me why is this, right?
Yeah.
So this is so easy to understand, because the Cybertank is the biggest, the most expensive one, but because we guarantee 2,000 cycles, and every day you go one cycle, so average 200 days of work, that's an average 10 years work.
Okay.
And after 10 years, you still can work, just, the capacity is dropped to
Sure.
70%, right? You still, so basically why it's so expensive? Because you are buying a 10 years gas,
Okay.
a 10 years gas in one time.
Yeah.
That's why it's so expensive. So, but then why is the cheapest? Because you are buying 10 years of gas in one time with most is very deeply discounted price.
Right.
That's why it's the cheapest. So then some people will say, well, still, yeah, I know it's cheapest, but I don't have, it's neither capex, I don't have the money. So we say, don't worry. If you don't want to spend the money at the very beginning, right, you buy on financing. So yeah, then you spend zero money. But then your monthly financing cost is going to be less than your monthly gas, oil, and maintenance cost.
Yeah.
So which means that if you have, whole full, set of gas too, even though if it's bought yesterday, you could better to throw it away to move to Kress systems to make more money. So that is one of the most important things, because I have been asked for many people, and I'm sure that your audience will have the same questions.
Yes, they'll have
right?
those questions, and that answer that will resonate with them. The case that
Yes.
you made for the Kress system. So again, Don Gal, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Scott Hollister with Landscape Management. Thanks for watching today, and stay tuned for more on Landscape Management TV.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Appreciate it.